Hello, 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 everyone! This is a bit of a new format for me. A bit ago, someone asked me, are you gonna, like, react to the pilot of Knights of Guinevere because you're really excited about it? And I was like, I don't know about reacting to it, but what about doing an episode discussion? It seems like a logical progression for my channel, as bantering with chat is a big part of it. Hello, hello. I also set it on ultra low latency on YouTube today, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully chat can keep up with me better. But yes, so this will be a thing I'll be doing from now on, because I remember when Severance Season 2 was coming out, there was some other YouTubers doing episode discussions when the episodes came out, and I was like, oh, you know what, that's actually really fun, so let's do that. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do, because it is a glitch production, so I can probably play clips without getting in too much trouble. We'll probably just go over the episode itself. Like, not play the whole thing, but, just discuss parts of it, and what we liked, and what we noticed, and the things we're excited about them, expanding upon. And I am, like, yes, I am, spoiling you guys with streaming this, oops, lately, because I am going away on a trip the, last week of September. I'm leaving the 24th and coming back the 4th. So we'll be missing 2 Wednesday streams. Sadly, I know you guys will miss me, but you'll have all these VODs to keep you busy while I'm gone. And then we will resume doing crazy things with this. Ah, good, I'm glad I got a bunch of you to watch it just to come to stream. Haha, and thank you, Billy Donuts. Yeah, Frankie might be my my favorite character so far. So, let me turn off my music. Or maybe I should just leave it on. I don't know. This episode will play over if I play clips, but we'll just leave the music on for now. Whatever. It's fine. I wanted to talk about the opening, actually, because it's very clever, I felt. And of course, we see Olivia here. We know her name's Olivia. Interesting that she seems to have plugs and needles as her little, gilded decoration around her that we see all the characters have as they're introduced. That's very curious, don't you think? I like this because it starts out with the narration about the princess in a tower, right?
Once upon a time, and this was a very long time ago indeed, there was a princess.
So, of course, that leads you to think she's the princess, right? But as she approaches the bed, the point of view changes.
Wasn't scared, but she was in dire need
Espionata sent a super chat. As a huge Dana Terrace fan, I was excited to see this, and it lived up to the hype.
I still haven't watched Hoot House, but it's just, I saw this, I saw it was like cyberpunk, in space, dystopia, fucked up androids. I was like, yes, this is like all of my jams together in one big mixture.
Sent a super chat. Say favorite is the beefy one with messy hair? No.
Yeah, she does have big quartz or young Greg Universe energy, doesn't she? I will eventually watch Hoot House, okay? As I was saying, I think the fact that Frankie's hallucinations call her Lady Frankie should just, be enough of an indication to you. I don't know why this is confusing so many people that she has multiple nicknames based off of her name, Francesca. Is that not normal? So, I don't know why people are, like, so desperately scrabbling. They're like, oh, where's the LGBTQ stuff? Like, why don't you just take in the plot that they are showing to us and worry about that later? You know, I just don't understand this mentality, personally. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this one shot.
Spent her days playing games, pretending she wasn't scared, but she was in dire need of rescue.
Yeah, pretending she wasn't scared, and then the point of view changes to Gwen.
Are you hurt?
So I think it's obvious that it's Gwen who is the one who has to play games every day, pretending she's not scared of this crazy little bitch. Now, see, when I first started seeing that there was an old and a young Olivia, I got this idea in my head, that she is like an old lady, but a child in VR, but it does look like she gets older in the opening that we see, so, yeah. I like Andrea too. I like them both. I just might, at this point, like Frankie a little bit more. But I think Frankie got a lot more of her character shown off in this than Andy did. So, that's just my opinion. But yeah, so... whatever is going on here, this girl has been in this room. It seems like she's been in this room her entire life, almost. And there's the next interesting part.
Don't worry. I can make you better.
Now, she insists that she fixes the Gwenbot. But it seems like every time she quote-unquote fixes her, she just damages her more. So, I'm very curious what the fuck is going on there. Her mutilation of Gwen could very well have something to do with whatever happened to her before now. Because, Walt Disney Pro ZD comes to get her. And this guy has hologram energy to me. He has that weird little dot on his head. That makes me think, his persona here is a projection. But, it's hard to say. So he comes and gets her, and he takes her out to show her the amusement park. Yeah, he's Pro ZD. Songwon Cho.
Go on, take a look.
It was beautiful.
It's clearly the opening of the park.
A world of possibility.
So we see, like, the park exists on these 3 platforms floating over this planet, and it seems like this planet isn't Earth, because Andy does mention there are other new planets being terraformed, and I don't think that's just her exaggerating. So it's either it takes an entire city or it takes an entire planet to run this place, and everybody else who lives here are the workers. And it seems like a generational caste system, almost. It's very interesting.
Where fantasies became reality. Where tall tales became indisputable truths.
It's all for you, Olivia. Everyone who comes and goes will eventually be under your watchful care. Happy birthday, sweetheart. I hope this can make up for... I don't think I need to say it.
So, something fucked up happened to her, alright. I still think Daddy Walt Disney Pro ZD is some kind of fucking android or projection. Because we've only seen Frankie see these otherworldly visions.
John Williams
So
sent
far.
a super chat. What if Gwen did gain sentience by Olivia? Which is why she's horrified. Existence is pain.
Well, this Gwen seems to be the first Gwen. The first Gwenbot. We know there's multiple, because all the park worker people are like, shocked to see a Gwenbot in the trash. So, it seems like this Gwenbot was the first Gwenbot. At least that's what I called them being a hive mind, though. I freaking called it, guys. But I also, like, I was thinking, and I still have this impression, that there's some kind of altered reality or VR component to the park. I'm getting that feeling. It wasn't quite confirmed, though, because we only see Frankie see these glowy, holographic-looking versions of characters, and it seems to be her imagination? So, it's unclear so far. You know?
Olivia, your future can be as bright and beautiful.
Look at this little dot on his head. This what makes me think he's some kind of projection. You know?
Beautiful is all this.
In this line.
Embrace it. Let your past fade away. You're here now.
You're here now. Which is what makes me think this place isn't exactly in reality. You know what I mean? But I guess, in a way, theme parks are kind of like that. Theme parks block out the rest of reality and keep you in this sort of facade. You know how, like, Disney makes sure you can't see anything on the outside while you're in the park? So, in a way, I guess theme parks are their own altered reality, but this is obviously, like, super-duper sci-fi as well. So, you know, it's hard to say, but I'm still holding on to the idea that there maybe is some sort of altered reality holographic quality to parts of the park, you know? That's at least my theory right now, because that was a very deliberate line.
Sent a super chat. Gwen falling out the window here isn't the last time she escaped.
Oh
when
no,
Frankie picks up Gwen, one eye is sewn shut and her mouth is pinned up in a smile.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, I got that impression too, that this isn't the only time she tried to escape. Because we see young Olivia pulling her by her blue intestines that she had cracked open earlier. So again, I wonder if her mutilating Gwen like this has something to do with perhaps a trauma of hers. I'm just wondering that.
Come, princess.
You notice Olivia's like completely emotionless here.
It's our new kingdom. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, so she's like, this is a point of note for me. She's very unemotional here as baby Olivia. So again, I do wonder. I don't know. I can't figure out if this is the past or there's a VR component where she's a little girl in VR. I'm still kind of holding on to that idea, but
Gibberish name sent a super chat. I'm starting to think they might be criticizing Disney.
There's definitely some of that there, because Dana Terrace kind of implied the seeds of the idea started while she was working at Disney. But I think boiling this down to just, fuck Disney is missing the forest for the trees. There is a lot they set up in this pilot. Some of you might not have even noticed, but there is a lot of setup for this setting, and I'm very, very excited to see more of it. But yeah, so, the Gwenbot freaks the fuck out and tries to escape, and it's implied this is not the first time.
Shit! Security!
It's okay, Papa. They'll bring her back. And when they do, I'll fix her again.
Yeah, it seems that every time she fixes Gwen, she fucks her up even more. I think there might be some kind of metaphor there. I think maybe, just maybe, there's a metaphor there. So yeah, this is definitely not the first or the last time Gwen has escaped, because Olivia's not even surprised, and she's like, no, they'll bring her back. Though why doesn't he know that? You know? Why doesn't Daddy Pro ZD, who's apparently in charge of the park, maybe know that? Again, I think this dude is a fucking hologram. I think maybe her father uploaded his brain to a computer, you know? Maybe, are they gonna do that to her too, maybe eventually? Because he says that everyone who comes and go will eventually be under her watchful eye, so is she going to be uploaded into a computer when she dies? That's, you know, I'm just spitballing here. I'm just speculating purely right now, just based off of my own expectations, so don't take that too seriously.
Yes, it was so very long ago.
Yeah, but so very long ago, so I'm thinking this definitely is the past.
No one ever heeded the princess's prayers for rescue. Will she ever escape? Will she ever find her knights?
And this opening tells us a lot right there. So here's an older Olivia. So time has definitely passed. This is probably not her original Gwenbot. I really doubt it, but the Gwenbots do seem to either be hooked up to the same central database, or they're an outright hive mind. I think it might be more they're hooked up to the same central database, and they're still individual entities, but I suppose we'll see. And there's a lot of funny details in this little montage. Like the shitty looking the shitty looking direct to DVD VHS ass cover here. That's just fucking amazing. And then the fucking, like, you know, the fucking, like, tangled era of Disney look here. This should also be indicating time is passing, I imagine, you know? Yeah, look, you're right, it looks like Princess and the Swan. It totally does. It totally fucking does. I went back too far. Gotta use this for frame by frame. Yeah, it looks like a fucking Princess and the Frog VHS cover, which is very purposeful, I imagine. And then, you know, we're going through the eras of shitty animation And, there's a few other signs of that. And, of course, this is where the workers live, and... Yeah, they're probably not the happiest, 'cause, yeah, so it seems to take, like I said, either an entire city or an entire planet to run this place. That's what the indication here is. Costumes. This princess can save herself. The live-action remake greenlit. No one asked for it, so we're making it. That is definitely a... Yeah, that is definitely an aim at fucking Disney right there. So there's just, like, usual internet banter right there. That's pretty funny. And then this is, Magical Family Vacation took a dark turn when a brother attempted a prank at Park Planet. Chaos at the castle. And then down here, parents shocked. Newborn babies born blue. So there's a lot to do with this blue blood. Made with 100% rock paper. I didn't notice that before. Do you guys know that's a real thing? Paper made from rocks? Some lady showed it to me one time. So, I guess we could assume there's no trees here on this planet. But yeah, actual rock paper exists. That's actually pretty funny. And of course, this contrast right here is pretty amazing.
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Blue blood? Get Connor on the case.
Yeah, the Detroit Become Human jokes write themselves right there.
Sent a super chat. She shares memories with all the others. I'm guessing including traumatic ones, so if she shows cracks in the perfect princess persona, she gets fixed.
I'm just wondering if, like, if it is VR AR, I'm just wondering if, like, the VR version of Gwen is, like, something all of the Gwen bots can tap into, and that's why Frankie keeps seeing her that way? Or, you know, it's unclear. Again, this is just my speculation.
Mock sent a super chat. I think Gwen infected Frankie and made her see those hallucinations. They seem to influence Frankie's decision to save Gwen, and they surround Gwen in Frankie's dream state like they're her friends.
Yeah, there's a lot of question around. You can see right here, emergency, blue lung on the rise. So, there's a condition called blue lung, and there's a problem with babies being born blue from all the blue pollution. So, I think that's going to be very relevant, and I'll point out a few instances of it. And then it switches to this whole thing, and again, this makes me think there's a VR component to the park. You know what I mean? Squeaky toy. And we see baby Andy and Frankie. And their symbols are pretty interesting. Andy's symbol is a broken sword, and Frankie's symbol is a broken shield. And of course, they're the knights of the Gwenbot they're about to rescue later on. So, it's interesting that this is what they're represented by. I guess I would take it as they make up for each other's weaknesses. You know, that's what I'd take it as. Or maybe that's how they feel toward each other, or I don't know.
Sent a super chat. Guy with the shears is 100% gonna be a character.
Yeah, I think so. So, like, is Andy a broken sword against Frankie? She can't be hostile to her, or, you know, and is Frankie, like, you know, unshielded against Andy, or I don't know. I'm just, again, I'm spitballing, but it's interesting that Andy is represented by a broken sword, and Frankie is represented by a broken shield. And of course, Gwen's represented by a broken crown. So it's all very, very interesting what we're going with here. And they both have gears around them because they're both engineers. You know. And this establishes right here they've been hacking shit since they were little kids. So they're little baby hackers. They're little baby hackers causing mischief. They snuck into the park because they are worker children, I guess. It does look like they're wearing some kind of uniform, even as kids, like some kind of cadet uniform. It also has the district they're from on it. So, yeah, if it takes an entire city or an entire planet to run the park, of course generations of people would be born there. So if, like, say, like, 70 to 100 years have passed since that first scene, it would make sense that there are generations of workers working for this single company. You know? Again, very cyberpunk. Very extremely cyberpunk. So they fail to get the doll. And then they run into a real Gwen bot. I'll play that part. It seems like all the Gwens can maybe do this VR
Well,
thing,
hello,
if it is
little
VR.
ones. I'm Princess Guinevere. What are your names?
They're both very shocked, but it might be for different reasons.
Francesca and Andrea from M7. What
Was that Pomni's
lovely
voice
names.
actor? I didn't even notice.
Are you lost?
Her design is baller. It's very, very distinct. And Frankie notices her finger's a little out of whack and fixes it for her.
Thank you.
And then if this is Olivia's bot, she isn't used to actually being fixed. She's used to being torn open and told that's fixing her. So little baby Frankie fixing her finger was probably like such like a gesture of kindness she's never experienced, you know? She's kind of a whoopee like that. And then she just disappears. Yes. Yeah, rigged claw machines are universal. Anybody watching can understand. Yes, you are correct. Yeah, she genuinely smiled when little baby Frankie fixed her finger for her. That was like an actual genuine gesture to her, which is great. So then we cut to the girls many years later. They could be in their 20s, their 30s. It's a little ambiguous. Who the fuck knows? I mean, Andy has a gray streak, but she's also really stressed out 24/7, so she could be 28 and already going gray.
Aria_days sent a super chat. Being poly myself, I'm super curious if Gwen, Andy and Frankie are gonna end up in a poly relationship at the end of this.
I mean, I'm
emoji.
saying this seems to already be going more found family. I mean, Andy and Frankie to me read more as childhood friends that are just basically family at this point. You know, just vague, not that they consider each other's sisters, but just vague, we family, you know? It seems like it is going to be like a found family kind of thing. So, that's like the vibes I'm getting. So we're reintroduced to the two of them. We learn a lot from this scene.
Change for the vending machine. I'll tip you 10p.
Read the sign.
No crownies. Yeah.
What? Crowny? Me?
Don't do that.
I went to school with you. You know me.
Thought I did, till you started wearing that uniform.
So this informs us that everybody is wearing a uniform of whatever their role in the big city factory that runs this place is. So I imagine his uniform says he's a merchant or something, you know? And hers tells you where she works, and Frankie's wearing a uniform of where she works. So, you know, they're all in uniform all the time, their entire lives. Because they all live on a planet that serves a corporation. That's where we're going here, I think. And then and then Frankie goes and hacks the machine, which shows they still do this shit. And then she tries to interrupt Andy's ranting. And this is where she drops the line about planet terraforming. Let me get back there.
We are all victims of the park, but everyone's so busy picking apart each other, they don't see the corporate hand at the wheel. You think a cog like me has power? No. I got more to say. Your attention's divided, man. Meanwhile, every new planet is getting terraformed, and soon there'll be no place untouched by the light of commerce and amusement-tainment. We got no...
Okay, so she at the end there, she might be getting a little ridiculous, but that line about how every new planet is being terraformed tells us this might be like a Cowboy Bebop setting where, like, humans have spread across multiple planets by this point, you know? At least, I didn't notice that till the second time I watched it, to be honest. So, I'm like, oh, she wasn't, like, exaggerating. So this might not even be Earth. They didn't say it's Earth, did they? So, very interesting. And then the two, we see that they're mischievous. They're still bonded. Frankie gets away with shit, because she's just a blue-collar worker. And their house that they live in together. Hang on, let's get over there. It's built on top of a broken Gwen statue head, so that's interesting. I wonder if there's some kind of symbolism there, guys, you think? Maybe?
Hey, little
There you go.
Alright. I just noticed the chore chart here. Frankie dishes 3 times, Andy dishes like all the times.
You two? Looks like you're,
Here we
who's the
see
ones that's
Princess
out of calibration
Frankie
again?
talking to
Easy,
her animal
thanks.
friends. She's look at her, she's doing a princess with birds pose. I love it. I think the giant fork and spoon are just from the park and they hung them up as decoration. Wouldn't you? I would.
Need a tune-up?
Look at that. Now those are probably from the, see, they're all rusty and stuff, so they're probably from the park. A lot of the stuff is probably from the park. So we see here Andy is trying to fix this mascot head.
Shit!
Yeah, I think my Andy is graying from stress theory and she's like 28. It's very likely.
Taylor Lynn sent a super chat. It could be due to pollution, but I think one indicator that this isn't Earth is that the ocean doesn't seem to have any fish.
Good point, yeah. But also that could be pollution. Yeah, it's a FNAF animatronic, guys! Look, see?
What's going on there? Some more bullshit from work?
AG has me doing a week's worth of tests in one night. I want to kill myself.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Why would anyone splice the facial controls into the environmental pipeline? It's not a very sophisticated solution.
I love her. She says something's not sophisticated and then opens a beer with her fucking eyeball. What a queen. But she was right. And I think what this is establishing is that the two of them are as good of an engineer as each other. Because that fixes it. And then we get this next conversation, but first a super chat.
Which Cash sent a super chat. I like how Olivia and Frankie parallel each other. They both talk to animal friends for comfort. One likes Disney because it makes people happy. The other likes Disney to retreat to normalcy.
Yeah, true. I mean, I saw somebody on Twitter say a vibe they got from this is that it's okay to have, like, comfort feelings for a character even if they belong to, like, a giant corporation. Because you see a lot of that in Frankie, where she treats Gwen as, like, this special magical thing, even though she's just a corporate mascot. But I do think that is part of it. Because, I mean, and think about people like Dana Terrace and Rebecca Sugar, whose original works are the IP of corporations right now. And they can't do anything more with it without that corporation's permission. So, yes, I do think that might be a theme they're building in this.
Scooney sent a super chat. I like the detail that she opens her beer with her eye because she's probably afraid of damaging what's left of her teeth.
You shouldn't open things with your teeth, I say, as someone who opens things with my teeth and has chipped a tooth from it.
Oh, nice! What fixed it?
Oh, a hunch.
Oh yeah, fun fact, Frankie's voice actor is the original voice actor of Ayano from Yandere Simulator. Is this a crossover episode? Anyway.
A hunch.
Man, that's so cool. I got so much to learn from you. Then maybe
So here now Frankie's underestimating her own skills because Andy didn't tell her that's her idea fixed it.
can get a job in the labs too, and we can work together. I just like thinking about that sometimes.
Yeah.
And Andy clearly doesn't want her to come work in the labs. We've already seen how mistreated Andy has been just for wearing a uniform of, like, the higher corporate, industry. So she probably doesn't want that for her friend. I don't think it's that she's trying to sabotage Frankie per se. She's trying to shield her more than anything. Well, she's the one with the intact shield, isn't she? Yeah, Metaphors. Anyway, so then she runs off, and she goes to work. And, at first we have this scene where Frankie heads off to work, and we see what kind of work she does. So apparently it seems that they melt scrap metal down into this blue goop, which obviously powers the androids. It also manufactures all the gift shop junk. So, yeah. So there's also the factory workers, and then we see her at work making mugs. Somebody calls her over to fix a machine. So we see she's also a good engineer and also very handy, just like Andy. I think they're about equal in their engineering skills, is the thing. Yes, the blue stuff also possibly is what causes the blue lung. I bet it does. Gift Shop Express. So yes, all these huge factories that stretch further than the eye can see all exist just to make plastic shit for the gift shops in the park. So that's a detail we should pay attention to. And then we see her at her second part of her job, which is getting scrap metal out of the fucking ocean.
Hey, boss man! There's something caught in the net!
And there's a QR code here, guys. Also, the other Olivia, Gator Shipping.
Olivia has a cameo in this too.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. Also, the woman who called her to fix the machine is missing an arm.
Oh, is she? I didn't fucking even notice. I got a second! Let me see. It was back here. Oh, yeah! Oh, I think it's because it was mostly behind her hair. I thought... Yeah, okay. I missed that. Okay, you're right. I missed... Oh, and that looks like the sparkle of the show's logo. Interesting. So yeah, so now this also tells us these machines are very dangerous, probably. Thanks, good catch. I didn't even notice that.
Starup says, your safety, your responsibility.
Oh boy. Ah, you gotta love dystopias. You gotta love fucking dystopias, man. So anyways, back to this, because I wanted to talk about this. So there's a QR code in the episode, and it leads to something, and I have it in another tab. I just want to say, though, I love this. I know some people will complain about this sort of thing, but this is exactly like when television shows used to have, like, a phone number on screen in the background, and then if you called it, you'd get, like, an in-character message. You know, it's exactly like that. But, so, if you click that QR code, or scan it, you get a series of pictures. And something on my Discord was kind of like translating it, or saying what they saw it saying. Let me just try to find that real quick. Okay. Oh yeah, it says walk the path up here. That's one of them. I was having a little trouble making out what the scrabbled words were, so I'm glad this person, like, kind of, went over it for me. Walk the path, and it shows her with the crown on. Something about her being forced to conform. Yeah, I can't read this part very well. It just keeps saying walk the path, walk the path, walk the path, I think, right?
Adrian Parchman sent a super chat. Blue blood, much like the getting black lung from coal mining back in the day when safety was secondary.
Oh yeah, it's definitely calling that to mind on purpose. Let's see. Alone in the forest from the path she had strayed, Princess Guinevere cried, feeling lost and afraid. "Oh, why are you weeping?" came a voice with a squeak. Guinevere was so shocked, she replied with an eek. Oh, and it says mine, her fault. Whose fault? The bunny's fault? The bunny's crossed out. It's the bunny's fault. Okay. Obviously, this might be something that belongs to Olivia. It looks like the crown is drawn on. So that's certainly interesting. I don't know what it means, but it's there. And then there's this next page which has a newsprint over it. But let's read the actual storybook part first. Then she saw that her tears had brought wondrous creatures, star pups of all shapes and colors and features. "Today is my birthday," she said with a sigh, "and my invites received not a single reply." Maybe this is Olivia's backstory. So, I went and turned this sideways so we can try to make out everything it says here. I see crown, keep, castle, vassal, sword, scepter, pomp, and on it passing plain. Some like to apes? No, I don't know. Some like to something dismayed and cried. Though many much laughed and laughed and laughed, and as for you, you royal tutor, great gouts of it, and 100,000 swoon, and then you will all well up, now gallop forth, course, I think this is course to move these marmel legs, in pendulation, pendulant, something most, yeah, pendulant, most pedulant, a plangent, laughing sadly, paladins triumphant. Is that so? It is. This is a conversation that's all jumbled up. Now gems, jubies, and emeralds, most scarlet of hue, the great pavilion with cloth of gold, a spread like unto as it were a monumental procession, or coronation, or scepters, horns, and blare, and hind leg o, and now the hound has goody fair is your face and fine yet. So obviously this is several different passages, like, pressed onto this page from something. Oh yeah, Radium Girls is another good, let me turn off Flogging Molly for a minute, it might be a little distracting. Oh, then less distracting, Hawaii Part 2. I should have just put this on, like, nothing but instrumental music. Anyway. Yeah, so this is obviously several different, like, fairy tales imprinted on this page. It says laughing sadly here at the bottom, so that's sure interesting. Is there any other words we can make out at the bottom? Not really. I see gouts again. Gouts of laughter. Not usually something you call a gout. Then there's the final one where we see another drawn crown and the words like mine, mine. I can't quite make that out. Oh yeah, my friend is what it says. Let me zoom out a little bit. My friend. I'm just reading what Garbo was saying in my chat. This is definitely, like, has to be if scrawled by, Olivia. It's a bunch of crowns and my friend, my friend. And what does the last page say? The star pups all whispered, then nodded together. If it's friends that are needed, we will lend a paw and a feather. So ballads were sung and cupcakes were nibbled, and the princess's tears became laughter and giggles. Yeah. Again, I think this might be telling us stuff about Olivia's backstory. Obviously, Olivia is dealing with some kind of trauma. I don't want to speculate as to what, but the fact that she was kind of disemboweling Gwen makes me think it's nothing good. Obviously, trauma isn't good, but you know what I mean. Let's go back to the episode. I just wanted to take that little aside. You think it's from Frankie? I don't know, because this writing looks kind of crazy, but maybe. I don't know, the mine, and her fault makes me think it's not Frankie. This looks a little too evil to be Frankie, but yeah, exactly what Gar was saying. Frankie ain't evil like that. She's a sweetheart. But yeah, this kid is fucking messed up. So, we got a little bit of a backstory here. I like whatever this thing is he uses to smoke is. And great Porto Mag business ends.
Sparky, what? You can't even see me right now.
I don't need to see you to know you stopped working. Your precious park ain't gonna have crap to melt into different crap if we ain't hauling up
And
scrap.
she's heard this many
Get back
times
to it.
before.
I saw that too.
She was gazing up at the park in wonder. Because, you know, even living this shitty life, she still kind of likes it. And then we see how security works here.
Aye, get sifting, Frank. Eyes out for the good plastic. The keychain factories are getting desperate for materials.
The keychain factories are getting desperate for materials. So, like, yeah, it's like there are whole factions of factory workers. There's, like, factory worker classism depending on what industry you work in and what you make, it seems. You know, it's so good. I just, they're setting up so much, so subtly. It's very well done. Is it Alex Hirsch? I wouldn't be surprised.
Hi, Cap.
He's Temu Scruffy! And obviously he's making some backdoor deals. It's implied he does that.
Yep, same price.
And then we see, yeah, we buy metal, so they melt down everything to just make more plastic crap that'll then get sold and thrown in the ocean to get melted down and made into more plastic crap again.
There's no damn repeat customer.
Evil Stan? Isn't Stan already evil? And of course they're selling bits and parts here in their little shantytown market. That's another world-building thing we're being shown.
Jacked Thorso sent a super chat. Sparky is my problematic husband, and I will be taking no further questions at this time.
Oh no, the old man lovers have got him.
Discount, fuck's sake.
And now we see security. We only see these guys a couple of times, but these guys look like basic park security. And they're beating up a panhandler or arresting them, it looks like. Have you noticed, too, I just want to point this out right now, there's a lot of blue stains on his smoking pipe here. I just want to be sure.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. Looked it up. Sparky is voiced by Kaylee McKee.
Oh, okay. Well, see, guys, not every old man voice is Alex Hirsch. Blue drugs, I mean. And then she finds the Gwenbot. The mouth is like hanging open here.
Holy shit. Is that?
A Guinevere android. I don't recognize the model.
Oh, who gives a shit what model? This is
such a rare thing to see. It tells us that these working people never get to go up to the park. They just exist to serve the corporate machine, because that's what their entire city/planet is for. It might be the entire planet for all we know. You know, I'm not sure. And I can see, like, people making money through, like, third-party means, even just, like, getting scrap metal thrown out from the park and everything, too, you know?
gold!
What? You're just gonna sell it?
You guys are right, though. It does sound like Grunkle Stan a little bit, so good job, voice actor.
What you expect me to do? Share a cigar with it?
Okay, and so they know the park police absolutely cannot find out. So they do this fucking Scooby-Doo shit. And these two at least seem to have, like, a father-daughter kind of relationship. I get the feeling that Sparky raised her. It's just a hunch. They didn't outright say it.
Scooney sent a super chat. Frankie couldn't get the Gwen doll from the claw machine as a child but got an android from with her claw machine as an adult.
Yep, the foreshadowing is sure something in this pilot. It's really good.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. Also, the door behind Sparky looks like a cast member's door you'd see working backstage.
Yeah, well, when you saw a far shot of the ship, it's pieced together from, like, various, like, unicorn heads and colorful panels, and then also, like, scrap metal and shit. So it's, the whole boat is pieced together from just shit from the park.
Can it?
I was just thinking, Spark, I could fix her. Get her working again. Cause if I do, maybe I can
And she really, really wants to work as an engineer. Oh yeah, he says something important here.
get an engineering job like Andy's in the labs, and I could... Careful!
No fixin'. No labs. I don't want you involved in that dreamland crap. Those lab rats are always up to their necks in sick shit. Trust me, they're some of my best clients.
I'm pretty sure he says something about how, like, being up in the other levels of the towers makes you more likely to breathe in the blue stuff. He says that somewhere.
Don't worry, you'll get your cut when we scrap her for parts.
So yeah, he kind of treats her like a daughter, but it doesn't seem like they're like truly like father and daughter, but he kind of treats her like one, but she still calls him boss, you know, so it's kind of like less adopted, more person I've had around since they were a tot. And kind of half-raised. You know, that's the impression I get.
Which Cash sent a super chat. To me, Olivia is like if Cardamom from Bee and Puppy Cat grew up to be Porky from Mother 3. Kenim sent a super chat. Stan's not evil, he's just a little morally colorful.
That's exactly what he would say. I'm not evil, I'm just a little morally colorful. Anyway, yeah, the finger, the same finger that baby Frankie fixed as a baby child,
Get your cut
is all
when we
twitchy.
scrap.
Which tells us this is the same Gwen they met. So the same Gwen they met was the original Gwen who belonged to Olivia. So that tells me she met baby Frankie and baby Andy during one of her many escape attempts from Olivia. That seems to be the indication here. Again, we'll have to find out, I suppose, as the show goes on, but right now it seems to be what they're indicating, is that she met the two of them on one of her many escape attempts, which is why I think the glowy VR hologram version of her is something all the Gwen bots can tap into, you know? I'm just getting that impression. I get that impression from the teaser as well, but that's just what's in my head now. I will change my mind when given new information, but I have a really bad habit of watching trailers and, like, inventing a story in my head. So
For parts.
So he's gonna sell her for parts. And then we see Olivia as an old-ass lady. She's like 150. And this is the same room. It's the same exact bed and everything. There's way more machines than there used to be. So, she's smiling here. Well, no, she's not smiling. Her mouth was also open. She wasn't smiling when she got dragged up. She's smiling later when she's with the girls, so maybe that's intentional. But yeah, it looks like the exact same room as before. And I think the robots here are, they're significant. What a radio. They look like the friends from the storybook, don't they? The robots.
We've found traces of your princess. She made it to the surface this time.
The surface? No. My poor dear Guinevere. She must be so confused.
Now, she's way more emotional here. You know? Now, was she an old lady and got turned into a little girl in VR, and this is, like, even further in the past? Or has all this time passed and, I don't know, she got more, I'm gonna skip flogging Molly again, she got more emotional as she got older? Because she's very unemotional as a child, but she's overly emotional as an old woman. So I think that's significant. I don't know for what reason, but I just feel it's significant.
Taylor Wynn sent a super
thank
chat.
you.
I saw people suggest that Sparky wanted to sell the Gwynbot as a sex bot, which feels like a way to get Park Planet's lawyers on you.
That's implied, I think. I do definitely think that's implied. So, yeah. But, oh yeah, there's a moon. The moon does look like devil horns. You guys are right. Very good observation, guys. See, this is why we should do these streams. You guys point out stuff that I missed, too. You see, they just full screen it. Yeah, so it kind of looks like devil horns, doesn't it? But she's, and like I said before, oh wait, I shouldn't full screen it because I need my tabs. These are all the same animal friends as the storybook, aren't they? Yeah. So, she did cross out the bunny. She hates the bunny. There was bunny graffiti on the Gwen statue, too. So, something about the bunny. Is there a bunny amongst these? Oh, no, there is, though. Okay, there goes that theory immediately. I love these unsettling nurse robots. They're fantastic. The FNAF animatronics got new work.
And lost, bring her back, won't you? Oh, bring her back! Bring her back! Bring her back! Bring her back! Please, I have to fix her again.
So yeah, compare this to her as a, this is 11:44. Compare this to her as a child. You know?
Your watchful care. Happy birthday, sweetheart. I hope this can make up for I don't think I need to say it. Olivia, your future can be as bright and beautiful as all
Stop
this.
talking, ProZD. I wanted her
Embrace
unsettlingness.
now. Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you for the present, Papa. Come, Princess.
Yeah, she's completely unemotional here as a child. And then as an old woman, she's like a weepy mess. So I think that's significant. I don't know why, but it is. Let's some supers through now.
Wokadora sent a super chat. Gwen began to smile cause Frankie treats her like a person instead of a doll. She knows she found her knights there.
Yeah.
Aria_Days sent a super chat. Look at the painting behind her. There's the same little girl, but now with black hair.
We'll talk about that after the next super.
Cinder the Deer sent a super chat. This scene's very disturbing, even conceptually. Being taken care of in your old age by robot animals sounds nightmarish.
But this might be all she's ever known. She seems to have lived in this room her entire life, being attended to by androids. I don't even think ProZD Walt Disney is real. So, let's try to get a good look at that painting. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, so that same painting was in the beginning as well. So we see what looks like young Olivia, but with black hair, and a sort of halo around her, and she's with ProZD Walt Disney, and a figure that appears to be her mother, but the face is missing? Let's go back to where we can see a better look at the painting.
She spent her days playing
far
games,
in the past.
pretending she wasn't scared, but
Yeah, there it is. It's the same painting.
she was in dire need of rescue.
Same painting, same bed. Same room. But obviously, over time, the room started getting more wires and medical equipment and shit. So it went from this to what we see now. Or, yeah, the IV bags or the party balloons. You know, so everything's been slowly replaced by, like, machinery and medical equipment and shit like that. And we have no idea how old Olivia is, but it seems like it takes a fucking lot to keep her alive. So, she could be fucking ancient for all we know. But again, here she is at the end of her life, seemingly. Very, very emotional. But as a child, completely unemotional. So it's interesting to me. Again, I don't know what it means yet, because we need to see more of this show. But oh, here we get the reveal of her plans.
This time. Shall I call security?
No.
Oh wait, no, we need the line before that. It's very important. It's interesting.
Please, I have to fix her again. I'll do better this time.
I'll have to fix her again. So yeah, so the Gwen we're seeing now is even more fucked up looking than the one we saw in the past. So again, it seems like every time Olivia fixes her, she breaks her or makes her worse or takes something away from her. So by fixing her, does she mean I need to hurt her again? Does she know she's hurting her? Like, we don't really have much in the way of knowing how her twisted logic works here. But clearly, fixing her means breaking her. And again, it's just so interesting to me how in the past she's very unemotional and very apathetic to Gwen, but here, way in the future, she's like, oh, my poor Guinevere, you know, so.
Shall I call security?
No, they won't be able to handle this. I need him.
That's disconcerting. We see this is a very high-tech environment. So this bitch could be like 500 years old for all we know. And here we see Andy come to work, and she throws the mascot head in the garbage. And then she gets dropped off back in the city and flips off the statue. So When I first watched this, I thought she was lying about being fired. But I think she did get fired. I wasn't sure. I kind of didn't put it together here the first time. Also, look, see, I told you there was a bunny rabbit graffiti on here. So, I don't know. But yeah, obviously people aren't happy to be living here, but they're kind of stuck. Yeah, it does. I got that too, one of none, that it feels like Olivia's taking out her unresolved trauma on the robot, especially with the way she was, like, disemboweling her down kind of where the uterus would be. That's just, you know, I think that's maybe significant. We'll have to see what it means. And then, Andy does go look at this. She just like David, she wants to go to the moon, guys. So, we see how expensive it is to get off a fucking planet. Clearly she wants to.
You're polishing the wrong septic, Crowny.
And then she gets spit on by this guy for having a crown uniform. Even though she just got fired, but then this happens.
Hey, asshole! I'm just trying to get by like anyone else. Just because I got a job in the tower doesn't mean you can treat me like...
And he just starts coughing up a lung, literally. And he coughs up entirely blue. And we've been hearing about this blue lung. We've been hearing about babies born blue. I am trying to keep up with the normal chat. Don't worry what I've done. This is a discussion. Yeah, did her mom die in childbirth? The mom is like, you can't see her face clearly in the portrait. And that's usually like anime shorthand for a character that's dead. So I'm gonna assume that's what they're getting at. But yeah, he's just coughing up blue. He's just coughing up blue.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. My personal theory is Guinevere was modeled after Olivia's late mother and she's fixing her as punishing her for dying.
Could be, because a lot of people have already speculated that Guinevere is based on or a placement for her mother. So, they just get that feeling from the obvious absence of the mom. And how she's not clear in the portrait. So, obviously, she's dead. This is some pretty serious shit. And then there's a bunch of kids in the background wearing gas masks.
Sorry. Hope you feel better.
And then she puts on a gas
But
mask.
also, fuck you!
So obviously the factory's here's Prosy D again. Let's just watch this whole scene, because this was in the teaser as well.
Oh, why hello. Didn't
That was
notice
a
you there. Come closer.
unsettlingly
Some
slow
very
zoom.
good friends of mine. This is Guinevere. And Guinevere. And yes, this is Guinevere as well. The beloved monarch of Park Planet. If you can believe it, there are as many Gwens as there are stars in the sky. And every one of them draws on the same magic to remember everything. So wherever your journey leads in the park, every princess you meet will recall the same cherished memories of you. Our Park Planet engineers work tirelessly.
This is important, because earlier when baby Andy and Frankie met her, she knew their names by scanning their faces.
I'm Princess Guinevere. What are your names? Francesca and Andrea from M7.
So yes, she just used facial recognition to recognize them. So this is how she knows them, though. She's never gonna forget them. So, again, I'm wondering if this VR-type ghostly Guinevere is something all the robots can tap into. Like, this is the central software Gwen, who is the central database of all the Gwen droids, is what I'm thinking. And, like, any Gwen droid can become her? That's kind of my theory right now, if that makes any sense.
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. I wonder if Olivia's mother has any connection to Walt's mother and how she died from a gas leak from the house Walt purchased, which he felt deep regret. Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. There was a really interesting theory I saw earlier that the park is literally empty because no one can afford to actually go there.
I was gonna bring that up, Taylor. We don't see any park patrons. At all. We'll bring that up more toward the end, though, in the final discussion after we're done kind of picking through the episode. And what did somebody say? Yeah, Fraggy Frag is saying this might just be what Frankie sees, and I'm gonna play a scene in a bit that kind of indicates that, so... Again, I'm still just clinging to this idea that the park has a VR component, and until it's proven otherwise, I'm going to just cling to that.
Action Fan 19 sent a super chat. My weirdest takeaway from this pilot was wanting a spin-off that centers on Gwen herself. Not the android, the woman she thinks she is.
Well, you know, we might see more of that, because do you remember the teaser, guys? Do you remember the teaser? The pilot literally ends right where the teaser started. I'll show you.
There was a princess.
Oh no, that's just the trailer. I want the teaser. Here we go.
She's dreaming.
Oh shit, she's waking up! Hey, hold her down!
So if you notice, the two people in this shot are Frankie and Andy. So is this what happens when they boot her back into the system at the end of the pilot? And this is why I think this Gwen is some kind of software VR thing that all the Gwen droids can tap into. I'm just getting that idea just from this. So I could be wrong, but that's my theory right now. Oh, you're right. It's a little perfect blue, isn't it? Yeah. Not in theme, but in tone. Yeah, so... See, I got very excited just from this shot here. I was like, oh, fucked up androids, hell yeah! I'm all about this!
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat, calling it now. The teaser will be the opening for episode 2.
Yeah, I wonder, because they're not injured. Because Frankie's arm was bleeding at the end. I mean, Andy's arm was bleeding at the end and stuff, so maybe this was just a concept. But, yeah, it might pick up here, next time. Whenever we get another episode. Yes, please go watch all of Satoshi Kon's movies. There are less of them than you'd think. I think there's like 4. Then go watch Paranoia Agent as well. So, yeah. Well, the blue blood, the androids run on the blue stuff too, so she bleeds blue, basically. So, okay, so after that scene, we see the first signs that Frankie is maybe not all there.
To create the ultimate experience for our guests.
She doesn't really look like any of these models.
Doesn't matter what model she is. You need to go back for her. Yeah, the princess is the princess. All monarchs are usurpers and descendants of you.
So, when I first saw these guys, I thought they were like toys with a hologram aspect to them, because I'm still thinking there's AR stuff. But it's pretty clear that only Frankie is seeing this, because Andy comes home with her gas mask still on.
You eat yet? I'm thinking sad girl dumplings and bathtub.
Hey, Miss Jasmine, we're still kind of just going over the episode in a breakdown, and then we're gonna have more discussion, so you didn't miss much.
A brew from Sunny's Pub, cause, yeah, today sucked.
Yeah, today sucked, so that also indicated to me that she actually did get fired. I thought she was lying at first. And so Frankie's running out, and now we see the toys are just kind of on the ground. And that's just what they really look like. So that was clearly in Frankie's imagination. Because she's, like, talking to herself, not even noticing Andy is there.
It seemed sad when we locked her in there. Couldn't...
And this is a gag that leads Andy into thinking that, Sparky has a woman locked up that he's going to chop up. Because Frankie's just talking out loud. And then, of course, she takes her to see the Gwenbot.
Better yet, I'll show you.
Holy shit. A Guinevere android?
Right?
I've never really seen one like this. It looks really unusual and old.
Damager!
I didn't mean to skip ahead. Unusual and old. Yeah, unusual and old. Like she's the first one that was made like fucking 200 years ago or something.
Holy shit. Looks really unusual and old.
And I can fix her brand new.
Better bring it to security. Maybe there's a reward out for it.
Why not bring it to security after I fix it and see if I can't wow anyone? Know what I mean?
Are you saying you're willing to risk jail time to be a corporate crownie like me?
This is an important
Remember
part.
when we snuck in the park to play that crane game? We didn't get the doll, but we met a real Gwen. That memory is still so vivid. And now you make stuff that gives other people memories like that.
So Andy's reaction here is very interesting to me. And this also kind of indicates to me that when they were, I just want to say 1606, when they were little baby children meeting the Gwenbot, you could argue that, let me try to get the shot of both their reactions. Oh, we'll just watch the whole fucking scene again, why not?
Well, hello, little ones. I'm Princess Guinevere. What are your names?
Now imagine, Frankie is seeing this glowing, ethereal Gwen, the same way she imagines the toys in this sort of holographic fashion. What if Andy was just actually seeing the actual fucked up state of the Gwenbot? Because by now, she would have been broken by Olivia multiple times and probably doesn't look that great. So I think Andy's reaction there, where she's kind of grimacing as Frankie talks about it, it could be that Frankie was seeing the glowing, ethereal Gwen, and Andy was seeing just the robot, and that kind of happens again toward the end, I noticed. So, is it an AR aspect? Is it just Frankie's imagination? I guess we'll have to find out.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. What if meeting Princess Gwen was only a pleasant memory for Frankie, but for Andy it was the stuff of nightmares?
Exactly what I'm just saying. Exactly what I'm just saying. What if little baby Andy was just seeing a fucked up Gwenbot with her fucking intestines hanging out? While baby Frankie was spellbound? You know? And maybe this has something to do with being infected with the blue lung? Maybe? Hard to say.
Which Cash sent a super chat. I think how Olivia fixes Guinevere's commentary on how Disney's BS and P whittle down their show's creativity because they don't act how they want.
I think it's probably a little bit of a part of it. Probably a little bit of the showbiz in there, but I think it maybe ties more into whatever Olivia's trauma is, you know? So, yeah. I think Frankie might have an undiagnosed mental illness. I really doubt the people working for the corporate hellscape cyberpunk dystopia who live in a shitty-ass city full of pollution. I really don't think they get very much in the way of mental health services.
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. I personally think Gwen somehow influenced dreams.
Maybe, because what happens after the flashback of baby Gwen and baby Frankie, or baby Frankie and baby Andy, rather, many years later, what do we see? We see Frankie wake up. So, if there is some kind of dream slash AR slash technology that can fuck with your senses shit going on, that's also a possibility, or it could be her imagination. It's not very clear. And then, of course, they try to sneak the robot out, and they're both girl failures, so they fail miserably at this. I think here is where Sparky says something about the higher you work in the towers, the more likely you are to get infected by the blue stuff.
Andrea, Franklin, you taking my prize hog for a night stroll?
Sparky, I know this looks bad, but
I'll deal with you in a second. What is this, Franklin? Mutiny? Am I not doing right by you?
You were just going to sell her, man! To one of your nasty clients. This...
Yeah, that's the indication that people might want to do things with these robots. Yeah.
is a real chance for me.
To do what?
And of course, she has a dream of working in engineering,
Tyler Preston sent a super chat. Sparky and Frankie's relationship reminds me a lot of Yondu and Quills.
That's cool. I have no idea what that means. I was like, I am getting the indication that Sparky raised Frankie. Because of a few things he says in this scene. Let's just watch the whole scene. I probably won't get nuked for it.
Shine some shithead shoes in a fancy tower till you choke on the fumes.
Yeah, till you choke on the fumes. I don't think it's just drugs, though, Seraphil. It seems to come from the pollution from the factories, you know? And it seems like maybe it's more polluted the higher you go. And here's the drugs that he's talking about.
Fast one for you. Maybe even a third. That's all.
Oh yeah, here he's telling her, you could get your own boat if we sell this, Frankie.
Whole goddamn fleet with you.
And then he gives her a little pat on the head like he's her dad. So, again, I think he kind of has a dad relationship with her, but he doesn't really act like she's his daughter, but he also kind of has that dad connection with her, because she's probably been working there since she was a kid or something, you know? So, that's the impression I get.
As a captain, we both know the money ain't in scraps. It's in exotics.
Yeah, so it looks like they maybe sell the drug version of this, you know, on the side, illegally, out of the company eye. That's the impression I'm getting.
Lack of gratitude.
Give it a sniff, Frank. Might chill out your rowdy ass.
Yeah, and again, they don't want to mess with the boss, who's like, that's my daughter figure, sort of. Shut up.
I love you for that hard-headed spirit, kiddo. I do, but I can't show you special treatment. Especially because you're you.
God.
Yeah, because you're you, and then this line.
You're always so dramatic in front of the boys.
Yeah, that kind of all indicates like a father-daughter relationship to me, you know? So he's kind of treating her like she's his kid, but she doesn't call him dad, she calls him boss, but you know, it's there, is the impression I get. And then they have a fight, and Andy gets the hurt stick.
You have no idea what you have.
Yeah, and you hit like an old man. Oh, wait.
No. That was good. Let's make a deal. You let us fix it. Working model. I bet you could sell it for 10 ships, huh?
Fucking girl failures. I love them both. You notice how Frankie just pulled her out of the way so she didn't catch the burning end?
I get why Franklin's doing.
He's just like, okay, kids, whatever. So obviously he's known these two since they were little. Just with the attitude he has toward them, you know? So he agrees to let them fix the robot if he can reclaim her after she's fixed.
Fine. Fix her.
And Andy just admitted she lost her job, which again, I kind of missed that she wasn't just lying about that.
Make her shine, then bring her back to me.
And this is interesting.
Deal?
So now is it Andy who's infected with the blue lung, or is it him? Because he's got blue all over his pipe. I don't know if this is supposed to be ambiguous or if I'm just an idiot, but is this indicating that she has the blue lung, or he does? I'm not entirely sure. You think it's Andy? Having space tuberculosis? Could be. Woman is stressed all the time. She'd get sick really easily. But, I don't know, I'm kinda just half and half on that. I'm just kinda half and half on that right now. Yeah, I don't know, again, I don't know if it's ambiguous on purpose, Matty Ice, or if I'm just dumb. But, I have reason to suspect it could be either of them. So, she did get coughed on earlier, too. And it could be a remnant of that as well. So, I think it might be purposefully ambiguous. But I don't know what the purpose of this is yet, because it doesn't go anywhere in this pilot. It's just setting up something for later. So, but he's also got blue shit all over his pipe. So, that's what made me start thinking, wait a minute, maybe he's the one with the blue spit. But, you know. And yeah, we did skip the tooth pulling part, sorry. He indicates, this is why Frankie is missing teeth.
You stole my boat. You stole my android. And now you're throwing a tantrum like a child. You know what happens when you break the rules.
So yeah, this is indicating he's been pulling her teeth for breaking the rules. He's also missing an eye. Things keep happening with her left eye. I'm worried for you, Frankie. Best dentist ever, says Billy Donuts. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. Where they go to the big scary factory because, Andy still has her credentials.
You know, I thought that went really well.
Of course you did. This shot's kind of interesting because these labs are underwater. You see like a mascot head over here? Let me put it full screen for a second. You see like a mascot head discarded here, and like the top of a castle and a ride. A bunch of rides actually discarded down here. So this is under the ocean. So
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. I think it might Tammy who's sick because if it were him we would have focused on her hand.
Good point, because it focuses on the old guy's hand and he doesn't say anything. So it might be indicating that it's Andy that the blue crap came from, the blue snot came from. So yeah, those buildings all fell from the park. We've shown that they just throw stuff off the park into the ocean, and that's where these scrappers come in. So, so the
elevator should take us where we need to go.
This is the
Last
next
chance
interesting
to
part.
turn around.
Look what I got! Want a race?
What a queen. It's like that one little reaction shot, just like,
Did
this
you
bitch.
really get fired?
I really got fired.
They're idiots. Hey,
Okay, so she
maybe
really
they'll
got
take you
fired.
back after
It does
we
look like
stop cheering
Epcot.
up.
But even so, even after all this crazy
Let me
shit,
turn off the
I have
cheerful
a good feeling
music.
about this plan. I think this will really improve things. What now?
This part's very interesting. Let me see this big boy coming in like a fucking God of War boss. Good screams right there. But here they realized she was actually warning them so they could get away from the damn thing.
Some last name sent a super chat. This gives me Ghost in the Shell vibes.
Yeah, a bit. I mean, Ghost in the Shell is primo cyberpunk, you know? Of course you're gonna draw from that, but I mean, we're talking about, you know, a floating park that takes an entire fucking planet, or just maybe this one big city to run, so you have these vast underground facilities.
Jack Thorso sent a super chat. The labs are shaped like syringes. It implies to me that this company both portrays itself as a cure but also that it fills you with literal poison.
That's a very good observation. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Alright, so they get chased by the big paladin bot. I'm just gonna call them paladins because of that storybook page. That seems like a good enough thing to call them. They don't really have names yet. I just want to show off this animation because it's really fucking good. Look at this dude! I would be shitting myself. Didn't seem that big in this previous shot, but okay. We'll just say it was forced perspective. So here they realize Gwen was trying to warn them. Oh, I think this is an important conversation,
That thing
actually.
was
Big? Yeah.
Yeah.
Security?
No, I would have known about something like that. I think, but the Gwen droid.
Screamed. Yeah.
But they're not programmed to
Scream. No.
Yeah, I think she might be becoming human, and now she's got a bigger smile on her face now that she's with these two. So it's symbolism. And of course, so they keep getting chased by this horrible fucking nightmare creature. That looks like you know what it literally looks like a Bayonetta boss. It literally looks like a Bayonetta boss. Looks like one of the
Goodly
angels.
ladies, arrest thy steps. Thine hearts I wouldst make mine.
They're like, what the fuck, bro?
It's after Gwen!
And they get a little bit of teamwork here, showing that they're on each other's level and they're both good engineers. So that's important. But I'm just gonna skip over that because we're gonna get to the really cool part. And he fucking throws them. He fucking throws the whole damn thing. I'm surprised they didn't die. I think they almost did.
Lady Frankie! You gotta save the princess! Get up, or you're all gonna die!
What helpful hallucinations you have, Frankie.
Sent a super chat. The big bot has flesh, feels pain and gets mad.
True! We'll take a good look at its desiccated corpse. Maybe it's more like a big daddy. Let's just watch this whole scene, because it's really good. And I can probably get away with it. And here again, she sees the ethereal Gwen. She's looking at the robot,
little ones.
who just
Are
saved
you
their
lost?
asses. And her little friends are there too, so...
Is that your parent or guardian?
She's speaking. That question also makes me think maybe this is some software she could connect to, but I don't know. Maybe she always had to talk like in those terms, and she's only allowed to talk in those terms. I don't know.
Scoony sent a super chat. Thy hearts I wouldst make mine is a fun, kid-friendly way to say I'm going to tear out your hearts.
That's a good point. That makes it even better.
See?
Yeah, her little...
You've been such a good friend to me.
Her little princessy harumph is wonderful. Let's go back a little bit.
Hello, little ones. Are you lost?
Turn off my music thing for right now. Harumph!
Is that your parent or guardian? I see. Well, you've been such a good friend to me. Allow me to sort this out for you.
We know it's the same
Frankie!
bot. But here again...
Come on! We have to get...
She was seeing the ethereal one. Was Andy just seeing a fucked up robot this entire time, just like when they were kids? Is what I'm asking. You know? That... It seems in both instances here, that might be what happened. Frankie saw the ethereal Gwen, and Andy only saw, like, a fucked up robot. So, yeah, I think that might be what they're indicating. You're right, it kind of looks like a handyman from Bioshock Infinite. Somebody on Twitch said that.
To the elevator!
Oh, hang on, I'll let the supers come through.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. What if Gwen doesn't physically fight the Arthur bot but instead overrides his programming to make him tear himself apart?
Interesting theory. We're gonna watch that scene right now so we can assess this.
Action Fan 19 sent a super chat. See, that's the Gwen I want a spin-off of.
I think we're gonna see that Gwen in this show, though. This shot, it goes so fucking hard. I fucking love this shot. It goes so hard. Just look at that animation. The person who composed this whole thing put their steps on Twitter recently. It's so good. So good.
Sent a super chat. Wouldn't Andy bring up that it's the same Gwen?
I don't think she'd know. Because she wasn't this fucked up the first time they saw her, probably. You know? Every time Olivia fixes her, she breaks her more. So if she wasn't this broken the first time they saw her, why would Andy have any reason to believe it's the same robot? I don't know. But that does maybe put a little bit of a wrench in my theory there that Andy has only ever seen her as a fucked up robot, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. Let's just watch this in full motion now, because it's so fucking awesome.
No, she helped us! We have to help her!
How?
I don't think she needs help. This princess can save herself. She needs mental help from you two. Yeah, and the Paladin bot has red blood, not blue blood like the robots. I wonder if that means something. He's like, "Hi guys!" You had just enough strength to rescue them. So, do we think she tricked it into killing itself, or what do we think she did to it, guys? It also has organs, which kind of that look like hers, but the blood is red, so it's, yeah, and I don't think it's just the lighting, so that's interesting. It looks like it got disemboweled, but you're right. Could she had made it do it to itself? Did she like summon all these bars into it psychically? I don't know. It's unclear how she fucking did this, but yeah. Yeah, Frankie's the only one who refers to Gwen like she's a person. Yeah, 'cause she can buy into it, you know? She can buy into the fantasy of this being a princess. Yeah, are we in meat puppet territory? Hard to say. Hard to fucking say.
Adrian Parchman sent a super chat. Remember kids, if it's a robot being hurt it's okay for television, unlike hurting a human. Look at Samurai Jack before Cyclone 4.
Yeah.
Wonder Platinum sent a super chat. They do establish that Frankie still believes in the magic of Gwen / the park despite everything. So maybe she perceives the ideal rather than Andy, who is more personally aware of the reality.
Yeah. I mean, how much of it is a literal hallucination on Frankie's part is what I'm debating. I'm still thinking there could either be an AR component to the park, like holograms and shit, but I guess we'll have to see.
Sent a super chat. Think Big Bot might be made of parts from the dad.
There were two of them, though. There were two of them, if you noticed. It was only the one on the left that got activated. Let's find that scene with the old lady. Here.
They won't be able to handle this.
See? There's two of them. So, I don't know what that means, but it's only this guy who gets activated. Oh, and one's a sun and one's a moon.
I need him.
That's it. So, yes, there's another. There is another. I guess we'll find out. Like I keep saying, I guess we will find out. And then they bring Gwen in, and they start. I think they're, at this point, they're both like, this thing might be a person. You know? And she saved our lives, so this is the least we can do for her.
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Sun and Moon FNAF look indifferent.
Yeah, right. So let's just watch this final scene. Take it out of full screen now. do like how Frankie just hits the computer screen to get it working. This is certainly disconcerting, how this thing works. Let's read some of these. Error 10284X3F. That means anything. That's just generic. Then there's the pretty princess box that says hello. And another pretty princess box that says, is anyone there? And then, oops, I went by a little too fast. That's alright, I'm gonna go frame by frame, fuck you. And then, pretty princess box color saying, help, 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 until it reboots. Maybe this is what she sees. Gwen. I don't know.
Hello, Francesca. Hello, Andrea. It's nice to see you two again.
And that's where it ends. Here we see we see Gwen in a princess dress with a broken crown. Very interesting. And they plug their merch, because why shouldn't they? And then we see Francesca as a knight with a broken shield. Very pretty. And then we see Andrea as a knight with a broken sword. So, obviously the symbolism is going to be important. Art's very nice. Nice pretty picture at the end. So yeah, here we go. Here we see again, though, this version of Gwen being separate from the android. So this is what makes me think this sort of holographic version of Gwen is something all the androids can tap into. But that's just a theory. Knights of Guinevere theory.
Denmark sent a super chat. My guess is they accidentally made a Gwen sentient when they were prototyping their original Gwen behavior algorithm.
I don't know. What if they're all sentient? Wouldn't that be horrifying?
Paco601 sent a super chat. Something to note about Frankie and Andrea is that their names were once common boy names back then.
I don't think that's really notable. This is kind of a thing you get a lot. I mean, you have Charlie in Has Been Hotel. That's short for Charlotte. There was George in Dead Like Me, that was short for Georgina. I mean, people do this with female characters all the time, you know? I don't think it's anything that unusual. I don't think it's, like, meant to be anything. But, what was I going to comment on before? Oh, yes. Let's find a shot of the park. It's because it's kind of weird and eerie, the scene where she's looking up at the park. Yeah, that's what I need.
Scooney sent a super chat. In the scene before Gwen reboots, you can see there's a human brain in the diagnostic screen.
Oh boy, that's fucking horrifying. Maybe it is her mom.
Sent a super chat. Whole show might be them trying to escape the park while babysitting this Gwen, who sees things completely differently than them in her Disney world.
It's a good point, because some of the concept art does look like they are going to be babysitting this Gwen. They're going to become a little trio. But yeah, maybe she sees everything in this weird idyllic version of things. Oh god.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. My guess is the pretty princess view we see in the teaser is some kind of VR Gwen would be put in as a form of sedation.
Maybe. Yeah, it would, yeah, I guess, again, we'll just have to see. I mean, all we can do is speculate right now, and I don't want to, like, cling too hard to any one idea, but let's get this a good look at the park here. Whoa. It's just kind of eerie and still. None of the rides are moving. Are there even any people up there? Is my question. We don't see a single park patron this entire time. We don't see anybody all of this plastic junk is being made for? I mean, shit gets thrown off the side. But, like... is this stuff going anywhere? Are they just endlessly making crap for a gift shop nobody's buying from? You know? I'm just wondering. Because we very deliberately kind of see, like, no other people in the park. It's always empty.
Simba the Deer sent a super chat. RGU called. They want their castle in the
That
skybox.
looks, yeah, that's a little bit of a kind of influence right there with that silhouette, yes.
Go on, take a look.
So you see how, like, just still and empty it is here? I mean, if it's all run by robots, yeah. The robots could be done for the...
beautiful.
There's just... nobody there. We never see anybody in the park at all that everyone is working for. And I think that might be on purpose? I don't know. I don't know, guys. But look, no rides are moving. It's all very distant. It's all very still and very quiet. And then a bunch of shit just gets thrown at them. Is that automatic or robots doing it? Are there any people at all up there except Olivia? Is what I'm asking. Was the whole place built just for her? You know? That's my biggest question right now. Was the entire park built just for Olivia and there's nobody actually even goes there? You know? Yeah, they have space travel ads in the city. They have all these industries built around the park. But does the park itself, like, have patrons? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe in future episodes we'll see it does, but I mean, there's advertisements for it, and there's like, there was that tabloid page about a guy trying to pull the prank at the park, so maybe. But yeah, it's like the only indication, like right in the opening we see of anybody actually attending this place. Right here. This is like the only shot of anybody actually attending this fucking place. And it's a tabloid magazine. So, who the fuck even knows? You know? You think Olivia is Guinevere? I don't know about that. I don't know. There doesn't seem to be any indication of that. It seems more like it's about Olivia being possessive of Guinevere, and Guinevere trying to escape the abuse. You know, and the whole I'm fixing her by breaking her constantly shit is obviously some twisted fucking trauma response. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, ProZD Walt Disney said something about how she was going to be... Everyone who comes and goes will be under her watchful eye eventually. Let me just turn down my Katamari music for a second.
All tales became indisputable truths.
It's all for you, Olivia.
Just watch this whole scene.
Take a look.
Get the good dialogue.
It was beautiful. A world of possibility, where fantasies became reality, where tall tales became indisputable truths.
It's all for you, Olivia. Everyone who comes and goes will eventually be under your watchful care.
Everyone who comes and goes will eventually be under your watchful care. I wonder what that means. I don't know what you mean, Axeloid, how you think it wasted its potential. This pilot is nothing but potential. They have set up so many things and so many potential plot lines. There's nothing but potential here, and it's very interesting to me. So I'm definitely excited to see where this goes.
Sent a super chat.
Oh,
When
yeah.
blueprints at the start have editor's notes.
Let's go check those out real quick.
Princess's prayers for rescue. Will she ever escape? Will she ever find her knights?
But how do you make her more appealing? Maybe this is the ones they designed down the line off the first one. Maybe this is the design for the first one. Who knows? I still think Olivia's is the first one. I'm trying to keep up with what you guys are saying in chat. Yeah, but I mean, I still think like Pro ZD Disney is like a hologram or something. I'm not entirely
Jack Dorso
sure.
sent a super chat. After the illusion discs nonsense from the later Five Nights at Freddy's series, so I personally hope the robots don't have mind manipulation powers.
I mean, I would be okay with mind manipulation powers here because it's like super futuristic cyberpunk. This is probably not even planet Earth, and Andy was talking about all new planets are being terraformed. So, this is obviously like super far sci-fi in the future, so machines that can make you see illusions would not be that out of pocket to me. The problem with it in FNAF is it takes place in present fucking day.
Tyler Preston sent a super chat. Guinevere's mashup of Mickey Mouse and Barbie.
It kinda is, yeah, it kinda is.
Nicholas Tyson sent a super chat. I wonder if this park has Tomorrowland or Toontown.
Maybe. The whole thing's a Tomorrowland, it looks like. So let's see. This point feels too violent. Let's brainstorm. Well, that's definitely a shot at the Disney network, I think.
Adrian Parchman sent a super chat. I think the most important questions is what we really think as a fun thought experiment /J. Does Olivo kidnap patrons to experiment on them and make friends is an interesting theory.
I don't know. It seems like it's the one Gwen bot she's obsessed with. You know? I don't see any indication of anything else than that. But the irony is, Lily was saying she wasn't gonna watch it because it's like generic anime-inspired crap. And this is exactly the kind of story she would like. A found family who has to take care of a super abused whoopee. Like, this is the kind of shit she would write, but good. You know? Its eyes not symmetrical, plus fix. Oh, yeah. Center pupil, keep dilated, more appealing. Oh. These are all from O. So is it Olivia? Was this her as she took over the park, maybe? Because we do see the older Olivia, like, right after this. You know, no wrinkles. You can't have wrinkles. Meh. Possibly also from O. Then we see the construction of her. And then we see her with an older Olivia, so... This can't be the bot she's abusing. These must be, like, the newer ones? Unless, like I said, this is tricking us. And this is even further in the past, and the old lady... The old lady is a little girl in VR, but I don't think that's probably not what's happening. That was just the first thing I theorized. But, again, it's weird to me how she's less emotional as a child and more emotional as an old woman. I feel like that's going to be significant.
Bylonic sent a super chat. Maybe the park is a front for illegal scientific research.
I mean, does it have to even be a front for that? It's so powerful as, like, corporate entertainment that they could just be doing unethical scientific research and legalize it on their fucking planet. You know? So, yeah. So we see, like, a teenage or early 20s Olivia here. So, yeah. Unless they're really, like, trying to trick us on the timeline. And then we see the Gwen bots. Yeah, so... Could be her mom? Maybe? We don't really see what the mom looks like. Let me see if I can find the, a good shot of the painting. I know somebody had it. Let me see if I can. I'm just looking in another window. I saw somebody like post like the whole image, but I don't know, maybe it's on Twitter. Somebody has to have it. Of course, a bunch of people are already doing fan art. I don't think we see the mom clearly in the portrait, though. Oh yeah, okay. Well, here's a picture of it. I swear somebody had the whole fucking thing, though. But yeah, so we see that this girl that looks like Olivia in this portrait looks like it looks like Olivia with black hair. We see the dad. We know that's the dad. We can tell from the suit. And then there's, like, seemingly her mom here. So... hard to tell what's going on here. But we strategically never see the mom's face at all. So... wonder if I can reverse image search this and find, like, a better copy of it. Like, but yeah, it seems like, yeah, somebody else was pointing out when she reboots, it's like, you see, like, something for a human brain in there. Let's just go through this frame by frame and look for secrets.
Moon Princess sent a super chat. LLD Lady Olivia had a moon on her bed that looks like horns.
Yeah, people were pointing that out earlier and I hadn't noticed, so that was a good one. Oh, I have been to the site. We could go to the site, though, if you guys want. Oh, wait, I should use the arrow keys. Here we go. Somebody said they saw a human brain in all of this somewhere. I don't really see it, but... oh, it's on the monitor for the halo. I'm picking up what you're putting down now. Let's take a good look at that. Let's take a gander. That is certainly a human brain. But Frankie doesn't see anything odd about it. So perhaps there are cybernetic brains in this. Because, like, you would think if this was unusual, one of them would go, holy shit, there's a human brain in there. So, perhaps they can make synthetic cybernetic brains in this cyberpunk future. You know? So... Space Frog says, it has a hole in the occipital lobe. What does that mean, Space Frog? What would that mean? Is that what you're talking about, this here? Space Frog is like a literal scientist teacher. We should listen to him. Looks like a Matrix hookup. Well, that might be how the... well, I mean, they are kind of hooking her up to... well, possibly the VR that I still think exists, because again, the teaser trailer...
oh shit, she's waking up! Hey, hold her down!
So yeah, so my theory that there is an overarching AI Gwen that all the androids can hook into is kind of what I'm thinking. You know? I'm not letting go of that idea until it is proven wrong. So, that's where I'm stuck at right now, guys. Well, let's go to the Park Planet website. That could be a good way to wrap up the stream, and I figured this would only be like 2 hours, so that makes sense. We've been going nearly 2 hours. So here's Park Planet. A world of dreams! Cross the Crimson Nebula and round the Milky Way, a world of fun awaits you. We hope you'll come to stay. So, yeah, this isn't Earth, as I said. This is not Earth. My ticket's already been purchased. I had done the quiz before. I'll see what I get this time. I just had a click, apparently. This is like Flash. So this gave me pause when I was looking at this before the show came out. There are as many Guineveres as there are stars in the sky. Which will find you first? You don't find her, she finds you. So that made me think the AI, there's a master AI Gwen who's maybe evil. Because there's also, like, just the thumbnail for the teaser. Let's just bring that up again real quick. Or the thumbnail for the trailer, rather. Knights of Guinevere trailer. See, it's like there's a big looming evil Gwen over them. Maybe that's supposed to be a bit of a red herring, but that just makes me think there might be some sort of AI Master Gwen. You know, I'm getting that feeling. I can't prove it yet, but I'm getting that feeling. You know? Let's take the quiz. What would my dream birthday involve? Spontaneous trips from a completely new candlelit dinner with music playing softly, big masquerade ball, huge feast. Huge feast. Your leadership style is quiet and leading, mostly by example. Friendly and welcoming, but always in control. Direct, confident, unshakable. Gentle at first, but knows how to pull you in. I'll say friendly, but in control. Your royal motto is... I'm seeing if anything interesting happens up there. Always find the beauty in things together. Always go with the flow. Work hard, win big. I said go with the flow. Pick a snack. Somebody about to munch down on like a head of lettuce. Strawberry macarons, cucumber sandwiches, mango slices, or spicy beef jerky. I'll have to go with the beef jerky. I am Racer Gwen. You were built to push limits, to fight the track, and to take the lead. And once the checkered flag waves, it's already time for the next race, because without a finish line to chase, without rivals to overtake, without victory to claim, what reason could you have to drive at all? Okay, fine, I'll just call me out, Knights of Guinevere website. Fuck you. Anyway. And then we see Andy Frankie, 190925 up there. So, actually, can I just open this in another tab, because I'm dumb and will forget that immediately? You can. There's a secret. There's a sacred. There's a sacred. Staff use only. So you put in... What was it? 190925. You could do that. And then you just get their concept art. Which I had already seen, but it's still cool. Oh, hey, look, it's the background of the labs. The labs underwater. So, we have their character sheets of, Girl just needs break to watch her horror movies and historical dramas. Yeah, so she's the nervous overachiever. And you have Frankie, who is more laid back. And they have really good designs. They have very, very instantly recognizable designs. Oh, it's just Park Planet. It's just parkplanet.net. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
Cassie Hosh sent a super chat. Love that this is low-key Dana Terrace making fun of Disney, which they completely deserve after what they did to her.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of that. But I think I said earlier, I think just boiling it down to fuck you Disney is kind of short-sighted. There's a lot going on with this, and there's a lot of really cool things they've set up that I'm very excited about. You got the blue lung problems, you got how society functions completely revolving around this park. You know, we're in space, it's cyberpunk, it's the future, there's androids and cyborgs, oh my. There's so much here, there's so much meat here that they could do a lot with, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. I notice Racer Gwen seems to be a piece of in-universe concept art.
Yeah, it probably is. It probably a lot of the drawn Gwens are that. You got Ballerina Gwen, congratulations. Back to the pack. I don't think there's anything else here. Then there's the trailer. Attention, are you following the rules? Now what's this? No running in case of emergency. Gwen is to be obeyed. For your safety, surface is strictly off limits. Okay, so there is, like, no... Like, the people who go to the park are not allowed onto the surface of the planet where all the blue-collar workers live. Okay. Don't hug me too long. I damage genomes. Oh, good. Oh, good. That must be because of the blue stuff, perhaps? I don't think people live in the park. They live on the surface under the park. And it seems like the whole planet is set up to run this place. But again, we didn't see any fucking patrons the entire pilot. So part of me is like... You know, the only sign that people actually go to the park was like that one tabloid magazine. So, and these are fake merchandises. We don't know how the money works either. Not yet. So, yeah, that's the whole site. It's just a cute little thing to hype it, you know? It's good shit, though. It's good shit. But yeah, like, we didn't see any patrons the entire fucking time. So, like, part of me was wondering, is the park made just for Olivia and, like, people don't actually even go there? But it seems like that one tabloid indicates there are patrons, so I don't know.
Sent a super chat. When I took the quiz, I constantly got Ballet Gwen as my result.
I think I got Racer Gwen last time, too, so... Oh, the ticket doesn't do anything. It just says when the release date is. Which is very cute. I like it. This is good. Again, like I said, shows used to do this shit all the time, having, like, in-universe websites and, like, secret phone numbers and shit. It's tradition, you know? Anyone complaining about that is lame. It's completely, like, normal to have, like, multimedia shit for your show. I don't think they're... Well, I would assume people come from other planets to go to the park. And Park Planet. Sounds like the whole planet is set up to run the park. And so, if humans are living on...
sent a super chat. The patrons or Gwen?
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, who damages genomes? Gwen or the patrons? But, yeah, so it seems like everyone living on the surface of the planet works for the park, essentially. Like, there's no other work there, and obviously none of them can afford to leave the shitty planet, so... But it sounds like since Andy was ranting about other planets being terraformed, it sounds like humans live on multiple planets, so it could be people from other planets come to the park. So, that's my theory right now. Like, the idea that there are just no patrons is alluring to me, but it also seems kind of stupid. So... But this the idea that the park is empty and everyone is still manufacturing stuff for it in a endless cycle just kind of seems like a place this could go. I don't think it will, but I just kind of generally like that idea. But that's just me. Yeah, like Park World, Wonder Planet. Well, they said the park is the size of a city, so I would assume the whole rest of the planet is built around working for the park. That does seem to be where we're going. And that does, you know, speak to, like, you know, the Disney parks kind of being a burr in the ass of Florida, you know. A lot of people there have to work for Disney, but they don't like Disney. There's a bit of that in there. Definitely, you know. I'm not gonna say there's no fuck Disney, but I just don't think people should just, like, pitch this show as, oh, it's Data Terror saying fuck you to Disney, because again, I think there's more going on here. Wonder if they'll reference Steven Universe? I mean, they might. I mean, fucking Frankie has quartz energy, let's be real. Alright, it is 10 o'clock. I think 2 hours is a good length for this. I hope you guys enjoy this. This was fun to do. So I think, whenever the next episode comes out, we'll do another one of these. And I think I'll do episode discussions for Has Been Season 2 when it's airing as well. I think we should do that. It'll be fun. So, don't forget, I am going away on a trip on the 24th. I will be streaming tomorrow and the 22nd, though. We're doing Soma tomorrow night, guys. I'm starting Soma, finally, as part of spooky season. So if you've been excited to see me play Soma, definitely come by for that. If you don't know anything about Soma, don't look up anything. It's best experienced blind. And I will not spoil anything as it goes along, I promise. I want to see chat's reaction to the story, because I know it inside and out. It'll be fun to see you guys react for me. So, make sure, we'll probably be doing that around 7 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time, so I try to do the gaming streams a little later at night so people have more of a chance to come to them. So yeah, check me out tomorrow for Soma. We'll be doing that tomorrow and Monday, and then Wednesday I'm leaving on my trip, so we're gonna miss 2 Wednesday streams, and I'll keep reminding you guys of that so you're not surprised. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to do this, guys, and make me realize we could do more of this, which would be fun. And I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye!